Coming up on Mountain News this morning, animal shelters are struggling with overcrowding as Christmas rolls around. And the city of Hazard is working towards making Memorial Gym a historic landmark.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. The time is 6:32 on Tuesday, December 12th. Now let's check in with First Alert meteorologist Shane Smith for a look at your forecast this morning. And Shane, a really pretty day out there. I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully a little bit warmer temperatures than yesterday, so maybe I won't be quite as cold.
Yeah, we are going to be a little bit warmer today, Olivia. We're going into the low 50s, although the wind chill, I'm going to make it feel like mid 40s, but that's still better than yesterday. Yesterday, wind chills in the afternoon were in the mid 30s. Right now, let's take a look at the satellite and radar loop. Over the last 6 hours, we have got clear skies all the way across southern and eastern Kentucky. Let's check out some of our local sky cams. Mount Vernon, I-75. Traffic moving smoothly there, clear as can be. A similar situation in downtown Whitesburg from MCHC. And as we head over to the Mountain Parkway, a dark morning on the Mountain Parkway, but it is clear, 28 degrees right now at Slade. Here is a look at those current temperatures. 21 into Irvine, 27 Moorhead, 29 Prestonsburg, 27 Pikeville, 26 Harlan, and good morning Middlesboro. You're at 23 degrees. Factor in the wind, it is feeling much cooler down in the panhandle of Virginia. 18, that current feels like temperature in Clintwood and Jonesville. 15 for my friends down in Wise and Norton. So bundle up as you're heading out the door this morning because it's going to feel very chilly. Feeling like the mid to low 20s, teens in some spots. We all warm up into the 40s and 50s by the afternoon. But once again, that wind chill will make it feel a little bit cooler. Wind gusts today going to be about 15 to 20, so hold on to those hats. However, the forecast remaining dry for the next couple of days. We'll talk about that in more detail here in a few minutes, Olivia.
Shane, thank you. Animal shelters across the region are still dealing with an influx of animals coming into the shelter much faster than they can find a home. And as I'm about to explain, animal shelter workers are doing all they can to ensure the animals are taken care of this holiday season. The Kentucky River Regional Animal Shelter is beyond its max capacity this holiday season.
We're hoping for a Christmas miracle. I mean, we've got so many animals. Overcrowding seems to keep happening. No matter how many rescues we bring on board, we just can't outrun the numbers right now.
Animal Shelter President Tony Vaughn says several dogs are scheduled for rescues this week, but the holidays have the ability to intensify the issue, as a common wish from Santa is a furry friend.
Puppies are not Christmas gifts. They are lifelong commitments. I'll guarantee you out of the 200 plus animals we have here, some of these were Christmas gifts.
Encouraging folks to assess their situation before saying yes to a new animal.
What is the long-term future of that animal? You know, is it going to make it past next Christmas or past March? Seriously consider that before you just give them a puppy for Christmas.
But he says if your family is ready to make a lifelong commitment, visit a shelter and see the hundreds of loving options available.
Come here first. We have dogs that are $1,000. People have paid good money for some of these animals. And we don't get enough of the public in to look. And you're looking over high dollar dogs that are going to cost you literally practically nothing.
And don't forget this holiday season, anything you give is bound to help.
At this point, the only thing I can ask is that people really take it into their heart that the donations help. The help helps. And we need everybody, whatever you can do.
Aiming to give every animal its forever home. The shelter is always accepting donations of pedigree dog and puppy food as well as pedigree cat and kitten food. Vaughn says they go through multiple 40-pound dog food bags a day. Hazard's Memorial Gym could soon be listed as a historic site on the National Register of Historic Places. A proposal made by city officials was unanimously passed by the Kentucky Heritage Council. The gym has been used since the early 1950s. It was built in remembrance of Perry Countyans who fought and died in World War II. Hazard Mayor Happy Mobilini says they used leftover funding from the war.
They put that toward building a gym for the entire county. And not only did they use that money, but it said that all the coal miners in Perry County donated a day's pay to help pay the rest of the gym.
The court that is played on now is the same court that was installed when the gym was built. City officials say they hope to hear a decision by late winter or early spring. A memorial at Waterfront Park in Louisville was vandalized. Someone stole the bronze top hat from the Abraham Lincoln statue. The hat was bolted to the statue, which features the former president sitting on a rock overlooking the Ohio River. The statue was created by renowned artist Ed Hamilton. It was dedicated in 2009 and is part of the Kentucky Lincoln Heritage Trail. A London man is behind bars after police found what they suspected was meth. Last Friday, deputies with the Laurel County Sheriff's Office were dispatched to a business off Highway 3094, about 3 miles from London. When they arrived, deputies discovered Donald Shane Johnson had left the scene on a bicycle. They were eventually able to bring him into custody and realized he was wanted on an outstanding warrant. Johnson was taken to the Laurel County Correctional Center. Kentucky has received nearly $8 million in tax revenue off of sports betting in September and October. Governor Andy Beshear has predicted the state is on track to exceed the projected $23 million in annual revenue. The director of sports wagering says preliminary reporting for November showed a trend where Kentucky patrons wagered more than $260 million, with peak activity occurring through Thanksgiving.
We're in the heart of the NFL season, getting ready for the playoff push, getting ready for bowl games as well on the college side, and ultimately the Super Bowl. This is going to be the peak time where sports betting is going to ramp up.
Bittenbender says sports betting will most likely slow down once football season ends, but will ramp back up when the NCAA tournament arrives. UK Recycling teamed up with UK Athletics, asking Big Blue Nation to work together and recycle items during football season. Zero waste specialist at UK, Ryan Lark, says they like to reduce before they reuse. Before they recycle, he says this football season at Kroger Field, they diverted about 32% of waste from the landfill. Behind the scenes, they also introduced composting at football games, collecting more than 1 ton of food waste.
UK Dining worked a lot with us as well for all the food that they produced. They reduced on average 135 pounds of food. So thinking that reduce first before you reuse or recycle, they reduced the amount of leftover food that they had by 135 pounds on average each game compared to last season, which is very exciting.
Officials say people have been excited about the diversion goal. Lark says UK Athletics and the community hope to reach 90% recycling by 2030.
And it's 6:41, time for another check of the forecast. We are nice and dry across southern and eastern Kentucky on this Tuesday morning. Let's take a look outside the WYMT studio right now in Hazard. 27 degrees, mostly clear skies. Pikeville Medical Center camera also showing temperatures right at 27, clear over downtown Pikeville as we speak. And let's head on down to the Cumberland Valley, Somerset on the square at the Somerset-Pulaski County EDA cam. You can see we are nice and dry right now. Current temperatures into the 20s for most of us, although up at Jackson, up on the ridge top, we are at 30, 29 Prestonsburg, 19 down in Jonesville, 23 in Wise. But when you factor in the wind, it's feeling even colder than that. across the area. 15, that current feels like temperature NY. So my friends down in the panhandle of Virginia, be sure to bundle up. It is going to be a chilly one. Next 12 hours, we go from the 20s this morning to near 50 by this afternoon, although the wind chill is going to make it feel like the mid-40s, because we are going to see some wind gusts today pushing 15 to 20 miles per hour. We'll talk more about what to expect over the next couple of days and take a look at when we'll see our next chance of rain here in just a few minutes, Olivia.
All right, thank you, Shane, and thanks for joining us. The time is now 6:42. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Ukrainian President Zelensky makes his plea in Washington today as lawmakers stall on a new aid package for the war-torn country.